Big up and welcome to Liberal 12th Man Show. I am Liberal 12th Man, and we are here for a semifinal second leg preview of the Carabao Cup. I'd like to welcome you all back for another episode. It's a massive, massive night that we will be looking at for Anfield as our Reds prepare to take on the Tottenham Spurs in the second leg. And the first leg was 1-0, and now it all comes down to this, which is an important matchup. Big question I guess everyone has on their mind is, can Slot and our Reds book a place to Wembley? That's a big question. Or is Ange and his Spurs going to pull off a shocker at Anfield? Tonight we'll break down the predicted lineups, injury news, score predictions, and goal scorers. Plus we have a little pop quiz, special trivia round on both Liverpool, Tottenham, and this competition. So let's get right in it by introducing our panel. We have the Irishman, Brian, a.k.a. Laszlo. How are you doing?
Very well, very well.
Cool. And Nalante, how are you doing?
All good. Big up yourself. Big up the chat. Blessings to all.
Okay. And we also have Lee with us today too. How are you doing, Lee?
Good. Readying myself for another visit to Wembley. I'm not jumping the gun, like, but I think we should reach Wembley.
It's definitely a cool little honor, I think, because this is Wembley, the biggest stadium in England, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the biggest stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should do it. Like, it mightn't be as easy as we think, but I think we should do it. Yeah.
Well,
stop them.
Watch yourself.
There you go. Resting up for Thursday.
I've got one of Tottenham's
it's 90,000
songs in my head for some reason. They used to have a cup final song that went, "Bears are on the way to Wembley. Tottenham's going to do it again." But unfortunately, they won't be going to Wembley this time because we're going to stop them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Wembley is 90,000.
What's that?
Yeah, Wembley is 90,000.
Okay. Let me shut. I think one of my windows that's open is causing a little bit of a delay. Let me shut down something. All right. So I guess before we dive into the lineups and predictions, let's set the stage by doing the first question for the panel. And the first question, I think, is the biggest question is, what did you make of the first leg? Was there a lot that we had to learn from there, or did Liverpool do enough, or should we be worried about Tottenham's threat at Anfield? I'll ask that to Nalante, then Brian, then Lee.
Big up Realism as well. Big up him, always supporting. So big up Realism. Big yourself up, bro. First leg, it was disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. I expected more from us. It was a very average performance.
Okay.
We had a team that should have won, even though we rested players. It was a nothing game. It's only when maybe a little bit when Trent came on, things started happening a bit, but it was a nothing game. Spurs didn't have anything. It was just, and you got the win. So yeah, I was very disappointed, if I'm honest. So I expect a 10 times better performance at home.
Okay. Brian, your thoughts?
Yeah, those ones are always a bit mad when you play someone in the league and then you play them in a cup. Similar time. It's kind of, you said you go to a ground and there'd be 10 goals scored over 2 games. The chances of one of them being a 1-0, it's always the way. It was disappointing considering how sloppy they are to not at least be able to chalk one up.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they'd beaten us 2-1, even if it was still a 1-0 loss, But to not be able to score there was kind of disappointing. Having put 6 past them. But yeah, it was a bit of a I mean, but like 1-0 at home to them, I'd take it all day long. But after the game, that was, or certainly before the game, there's no way I think anyone predicted us not scoring. Nobody predicted anybody not getting a goal against Tottenham. You know, so I think we had ourselves down for at least 1 or 2. So yeah, that was disappointing. But when you look at these things, you know, it's not a 3-0 down. We don't have to pull a big massive comeback out of the bag. So yeah, I didn't like it though. I'm into that. I didn't enjoy it. You know, we were on a bit of a high. And yeah, a bit of a revenge mission, or not. I don't look at it as revenge. I think it more like put the record straight, you know, kind of vibes.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
Giving Spurs all due respect, I think we'd be too strong for them at Anfield. And obviously getting this far, you know, the team's going to want to go all the way, the players and the manager. I think we'd be too strong for them. And it was a bit of a shock that we didn't manage to score in the first leg. I mean, okay, it was an away game, and like Brian said, we just put an absolute bloody bucket load past them. So it was obviously going to be tighter the second time. But I was a little surprised that we didn't manage to get at least one. But that can all change on Thursday, can't it? We really need, a 2-0 win, don't we, to go through? Yeah, at the least a 2-0 win to go through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At least a 2-0. Yep. Or it goes to penalties. Actually, if we get like a goal, let's say it's 1-0, we end up getting a goal. Well, it's something of what I wanted to hear, because I know Nolante was disappointed. I know others were disappointed in our result, but we did play with a kind of a, you know, mismatch style. We went strong, but we didn't go with the strongest lineup that we could have possibly gone for. With that said, what do you think the key battles to watch for in this game are going to be then? What would you say, Lee? What are the key battles in this game that you're going to be looking for?
Well, we need to try and dominate the midfield area, don't we? We need to try and dominate the ball if we can. I mean, the whole side, yeah, but mainly midfield. Yeah, we need to get on top of them in midfield. They'll probably. Maddison's not fit, is he, anymore? He's injured now, isn't he? So they'll have Saab, Basuma, and God knows who in the 10.
Right.
Who plays in the 10 when Maddison's out for them?
Kulusevski,
Kulusevski moved into the middle, yeah. Okay. Because they've got plenty of options, haven't they? Richarlison's back, isn't he? Forward. Is Dom Solanke still out? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's missing.
Yes, we'll get into those.
Okay.
We'll get into the ones.
Yeah, they've got options. They've got a team. As we all know, it's been the 2 centre halves, hasn't it? It's been the main thing for them. That's why their season's been so piss poor so far. Is that they just, without the 2 centre halves, they haven't been as strong. No reflection on Archie Gray. He's a young lad. Houston is new to the league. You can't put too much responsibility on his shoulders and say it's because of him. Do you know what I mean? It's just unfortunate for them that both their centre halves are out, but we've been there before. It happens sometimes.
Right. How about for you, Brian? What do you think the key matchups are? Key battles in this game?
Well, it would be helpful to know what they were planning to do. So, given the amount of injuries they have, I know kind of a lot of it will pick itself, but we might find out tomorrow or the next day that somebody is ready. I don't know, but basically looking at it like that, our battles, you always have to win the same battles, like Lee says, midfield and all that. But if they are depleted, then we have to make sure that from our side of it, the battles that we win are our attackers up against their defenders. So there's Gakpo, wins his battles. Mo wins his battles, and plays through the middle. You know, if our forwards have a good game, that should kind of take care of itself. But yeah, it's just hard. You guess what they're going to start with, but it'll be some version of it, but they will have that kind of makeshift defense, Spence and Gray and all that. So go out there and dominate them. Dominate them. Dominic Szoboszlai, if he starts, that's what we should win our attacking battles.
Yeah, he was the one I was just going to mention. If he could play like he did in the away game in the league, if he could have another performance like that, another dominant display like that, it'd be excellent, wouldn't it? Because he was great in that game, wasn't he, when we battered him away? He was really, really... he couldn't contain him, could he? He basically couldn't contain him that day.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he was the best. I think that was his best performance for Liverpool, wasn't it? The away game at Spurs, Dom. That was probably the one singular performance, like where you saw, like the best of him, the best of what he can do for us. And he's been playing good since. It's not that he hasn't. It's just that game was great, wasn't it, from him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Mark A's comment here, Spence, man of the match. He was their man of the match in the last game against Brentford. It's going to be a real question, or not question, but it's going to be interesting to see what Salah can do against Spence. It'll be a very, very pertinent time for him to step up and allow for the world to continue to see his brilliance, I would say. So we're going to be really, really looking forward to that matchup. It is something to look forward to. It's definitely something to look forward to. How about you, Nolante? What are your key matchups?
I don't really have any specific key matches. Just it's basically the midfield and the attack, really, for me.
Okay.
But that midfield have to take control of the midfield more. I mean, in this first half, in the first leg, they did all right, but again, we were just a bit in and out, so it wasn't too bad. We need to take more, and the attackers need to do what they've been doing all season, and that's it. Really, it's plain simple. If we do that, we win the game. Clear, no contest.
Okay. Please do share your thoughts in the chat too with what we're saying and what our conversation is. We'll certainly be including your comments and the likes in the conversation if we can, especially if it's on subject. I know sometimes the topic of subject kind of goes away from what we're talking about. But yes, Spurs do have around 10 or so injuries. Yes, they do. Hi, Laura. No, okay. Max is saying 9. Okay. Also, Alfonso Davies has signed a new 5-year contract with Bayern Munich. Okay. Well done to him. He utilized the efforts of knowing that he's coming up on a free, and also utilized it to create himself a more profitable contract for himself, which is not surprising to see what a lot of athletes do today. Not many are interested in the whole concept of for the badge or the history of the culture and everything, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it's about the money. So that could be the determining factor. So anyways, let's get into next question I had on here, which was, so we all know that our Reds have been pretty dominant, to say the least, at Anfield. But Spurs apparently, in their last matchup at least, under Ange, have transitioned to use a low block. Now, what's very interesting about that is we're used to, what we've heard our own coach give him praise of, which is that Ange plays an open style football, that it's a lot of like engagement of like free flowing, fast paced football. But now, maybe because of the injuries, maybe because of the perception that they just don't have the maybe the personnel to get some of these victories across the line, they've actually resorted into becoming a low block team, which is very interesting. It could be a case where they go in, especially since they have a 1-0 lead, technically in aggregate, that they do the same in this game. And being that we've had some mixed results against low blocks, how does that make you look at this game? Does it make you look at this game possibly differently? And if so, what would you say is the prime antidote for breaking down that low block if they're going to do it? I'm going to ask that to I'll ask that to Leaf this time, actually.
I would say with just really short, incisive passing moves, just what we've seen from when we're at our best. Like, that's why I hope Dom can really get into it, because he'll play a big part, in that attacking midfield role. Because they couldn't contain him in that first game. Dom put on an domineering display. Yeah. So I'm hoping that he can do that again.
Okay.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Just what the doctor ordered? Yeah, certainly. Yeah. Brian, how about the same question to you?
Well, I always talk about how you break down a low block on a mast. It's just, you keep it wide and test their patience, test what would you call it, their concentration, but also basically one of the biggest weapons you can utilize against a low block is ghost runs from deep. So you'll have lads that get set, you'll have lads that are just set lines or in blocks or whatever, and they'll have their man, but you get a guy that can just run right through the middle of that and isn't tracked from midfield. That is a really good weapon. So if they do play like that, I would envisage Dominic Szoboszlai and Mo Salah playing off each other, and Dominic Szoboszlai making those runs from deep to go to run through those lines. Run through that block. It'll be static, so that's one of the best ways. But you need someone who can do that. I could go out there and just run a ghost run through the middle. Do you know what I mean? But when the ball drops, you have to be able to finish it. And Dominic is great at finishing those kind of moves where he's running from midfield, ball comes to him, and he finishes it. I think that could play a really big part in tomorrow night's game.
Okay. Nolante, you have an opinion on that? No, maybe not. He's on mute. Okay. Well, all right. Well, maybe we'll get an answer from Nolante in a second. But okay, it's interesting though. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about it because we all know that that last game, or not necessarily the last game, I should say, the game before that, that we faced them. It was a very high scoring game. It was actually one of our best played games. I would say, by the fact that we were very fast forward and progressive with our attack. So we did get a little bit sloppy towards the end in the sense of them scoring those 2 goals, especially at the end of that match. But it was something that we should have definitely we could have capitalized on so many more goals in that game as well. Despite that, they do have a new goalkeeper in the likes. I don't think Vicario is going to be back actually, but it looks like they're going to be sticking with the new goalkeeper that they've brought in. Should be interesting. But if Tottenham are to have any chance at sustaining this 1-0 lead, or if not just beating us at Anfield, who do you think they're going to focus on? I mean, I know often people are like, oh, they'll focus in on Trent Alexander-Arnold because of his, his forward attack, his forward progression in our attack and the likes, and sometimes they'll just focus in on our right side, but he's not going to be there most likely. We're probably not probably, but certainly going to have Connor Bradley in that role. So does that maybe change up their angle of attack, or do they simply just sit in a low block and just hope for some type of an encounter and try to hold on to that 1-0 lead. Maybe get like a little bit of like a surprise counter goal against us, and then all of a sudden it goes from 1 to 2 goals that we have to at least bring back just to have a draw and go to penalties. But it would have to go to 3 goals then, obviously, to get the win. Do you think that's what do you think is going to be the area of the pitch that they're going to look to attack, and who, if one person in particular, do you think they're going to emphasize on targeting? I'll ask Nolante. I see he's off mute.
In terms of targeting, maybe either fullback areas, to be fair, because again, if Robbo is playing or Simicast, I mean, if Robbo was playing, although he was more solid on Saturday, I thought he had a very solid performance, a bit more like it, or Bradley, so it just depends. I mean, I'll guess they'll target the 2, but at the end of the day, I think they're just going to sit like low block it, just have a compact, not too low. But obviously, they're going to just try and get us out for the counter. And it's just for us. Well, Slot has changed our system. If this club, just be patient. If it's, even if it's 60, 70 minutes, is 0-0, we know the 1 goal that can spark things. So, but this game really, it's not really down to Tottenham. It's really down to us. That's the way I see it.
Okay. How about for you, Brian?
Yeah, I don't see them targeting anybody individually. Maybe they might target an area, but I don't think maybe looking at anybody in our team going, oh, you get at him. He's a problem. He ain't good enough. I think it'll be more like they'll try and play their game and they'll have to work around whoever's in front of them. I don't think we have any kind of, again, we don't know the team, but I don't think we have any weak areas. I don't think we have someone like, just say for instance, Jed Spence. I know he had a good game against Brentford. Brentford played poorly though. He's not a left back, and he's not their best player, and he's playing a left back. So if you had an idea like that, say if we were playing and say the kid Norris, who's our left back, let's say he had to play right back in this game for whatever reason. That then maybe say, well, let's try and have a go with that kid, see what he's made of, But I don't think they'll look at our team and go, oh, we can get at him. I think they'll respect our team, and they'll just probably, it's kind of weird because Ange would be like what you said. They can defend, well, that's probably not the best idea. 1 goal, and then we need 3 to win it, unanswered. That's not easy. 1 goal changes the perspective, the complexion of this game. An early slip, but whatever. And they go 2-0 up after 5 minutes. We're in trouble, and he'll know that. So I don't know if his idea might be the best to sit back and defend. I don't expect him to kind of fully, Nottingham Forest it, because they'll know they can nick one. My God, the pressure's on us then. We've really got to step up and perform. So, yeah, Ange might have a few tricks up his sleeve. He might come out and say, oh, we'll have to defend and be strong. And next thing you know, he's throwing 5 lads forward in the first 10 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Okay. I'm not too worried, but he'll know. Just takes 1 goal from them, 1 mistake, and we need to score 3. We need to win the rest of the game 3-0. So,
yeah. I'll ask this question, a little different question. I'll switch up for you, Lee. Do you think that we prioritize this trophy properly, considering that we have a Premier League in our target this year? We have we've just begun our pursuit of the FA Cup. We're well into the Champions League. We've done very well in the Champions League. Do you think that this is still a high priority on our list, or do you think it's just something that if we get a result, great. If we don't, then we won't be hard pressed by it?
No, I think we'll make it a priority. See as how we're in the second leg of the semi-final. We're almost there. I don't see us not taking it as seriously as is possible. And it sounded that way. You heard Virgil speak about it after the Bournemouth game, or after one of the recent games. Virgil said, we've got a second leg of a semi-final coming up with Spurs, etc., etc. So I think the players will be really up for it. As for them targeting anyone, no, I suppose it's just more a general thing of them concentrating on their own game and executing their own game plan properly, rather than targeting any of our players as being potentially a weak link, because I don't really think we have one. Even when Trent's playing, I wouldn't call him a weak link. Not this season. Maybe last season he was a weak link because he'd been bloody pushed into midfield and teams kept targeting that right-hand side. And it was tough to rib out, but not this season. He's playing as a full-back this season, so even if he were playing, I wouldn't say he was a weak link. But teams do target him sometimes. We know this. But he won't be playing anyway, so it's a moot point, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's a good segue, I guess. I guess let's talk about this lineups and the predictions that at least I have. Our panel might have different predictions as to what we think Slot is going to bring out, and you can also give us your predictions as to what you think Slot is going to do for our lineups. But we only have really one name that's on the mend right now, or possibly not going to be available to us. And that is Trent Alexander-Arnold. The report was that the injury isn't as bad as people had thought, but most likely he will not be available. He'll probably be not tested, and he'll be end up being rested for this matchup. But I also have on my predicted lineup, at least in this 4-2-3-1, I have Ali in goal. I have Connor Bradley. I have Konate, Virgil. I have Robbo as our left back. I have Maka, Dom, Grav. I have Salah, Nunez, and Diaz, and Lucho. And now I know that most likely people might have Salah, Lucho, and Cody, but I am hoping that we get to see Nunez get an opportunity to just go at that back line and try to get something created and started on his own. He could be utilized as an impact sub off the bench in this one as well, but I have Nunez starting. I'll ask the panel what is their mindset as to what Slot will bring to this team. Not necessarily yours, as in what do you think Slot will do? And let's go with Milante first on that one. Or yes, okay, Milante. Give us yours in the chat too, by the way. Please do.
I think he'll go with the same lineup against Bournemouth. I think so. Wouldn't be my lineup, but I think he'll go with the same.
Okay. How about for you, Brian?
Well, I think Milante might have a bit of difficulty going with the same lineup, unless you want to strap Trent up and wheel him out on a gurney.
Oh no, sorry. I mean, minus Trent, of course. Obviously, sorry. Bradley. Obviously, Bradley in, but Bradley in. Obviously, you will start automatically, and you start with Diaz, but it wouldn't be my precise lineup. That's what I meant to say.
Okay. Basically, the lineup I gave, except for it would be Cody and Lucho in the front line with Salah, basically. Okay. That's being the Lantes. Is that yours too, Brian? You think that's what he'll go with? Yes? No? Maybe so? I know. Brian? I guess Brian is a little bit high. I guess he has
saying Coco out.
Yeah, I think he might be taking care of something.
Yeah.
There. Lee, how about for you then? And tell us in the chat too what you think as well.
I think he'll go with the strongest possible lineup. That doesn't necessarily mean it's Salah, Gakpo and Diaz up front. He might have to bring Jota back in now. Probably not from the start, though, because he's only just back. And he could have to play Nunes, but I think the rest of the team picks itself, really.
Mm-hmm.
And it is more than likely that he'll pick Diaz, Gakpo, Salah up front, but there's a small chance he might, and that's the only place where to see there's a possible change to what we've been seeing as our first choice 11, that he could bring another forwards in.
Mm-hmm. It could be that he stays with Lucho up front. And
yeah, I think that's the most likely scenario, that he sticks with Lucho in the 9. But I mean, we've got to do the business, haven't we? We've got to get the game won, and we've got to make sure we don't concede first, because that, like Brian said, that's going to make our job so much harder if we were to concede first, and then need to score 3 without reply. That wouldn't be easy. It's something we could do. It wouldn't be the end of our night if we conceded first, but I really hope we don't. Be fingers crossed that we don't concede first.
I think you'd be surprised. You'll be surprised on who I think is going to give us a very important goal. Actually, I'll save it for the predictions. But I also know that Spurs are going to be, obviously, without Madison. We spoke on that. Johnson, Solanke, Udogie, Werner, I think is a possible addition, but he's most likely not going to play in this game. Dragusin's out. Odobert is out. They have a lot of names out. I know Van de Ven is back. Spence is going to, as we spoke on earlier, is going to be playing possibly that left back role. Pedro Porro, excuse me, is going to be available for him at the right side, but then you have Gray, who's a young player for them, but he is going to be most likely holding it down for them in the middle. We said Kinski is going to be in goal. Sarr, I have possibly being utilized. He could go. He didn't go Sarr last game, but I know Sarr is a good player, is someone that he does like to rely on. Basuma, Bentancur, I have starting. And then I have Son, Kulusevski being on there, and also Richarlison being the player that he goes with in that front lineup. So we'll have the pigeon apparently causing a little bit of pigeon poo, trying to drop some pigeon poo, I guess, or something. So we have to dodge that. But do you think that they're going to go? Is there anyone that I mentioned that you don't think is going to be in that lineup? Is that the lineup that you see them going with as well? And again, is there someone in the lineup that we should be cognitive of, or be wary of? Obviously, Son is a name that's probably going to be a lot of people's choices, but is there someone in that lineup that is really someone that you're dreading seeing go against, or is it and is there someone in that lineup that we can maybe pinpoint and try to take advantage of? I'll ask Malante that.
The lineup, near enough. The only other thing I can think of is Bergvall. I think he might start.
Okay.
So yeah, he's good. I think he might start. In terms of anyone I'm worried about, it's just Kulusevski. He's the main threat for me.
Okay.
He's the main threat. He's the danger man that we need to kind of shut down. And again, I don't know if Tell will be on the bench. The clearance from the signings, I don't know if he'll be on the bench. Yeah,
Good
so
question.
if he bench, that's another weapon for Spurs to use. But so yeah.
Let me see if he's even available.
Well, my Liverpool side wouldn't be the same. If Jota is fit, I'd start Jota. I think he might go with Simi.
Okay.
Other than that, Bradley, the same as everyone. But if Jota is fit, I think he might get a start. He was on the bench last game. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe he'd need a I know you got to get started sometime, but other than that, yeah, same as everyone else's.
Okay. So apparently, since he hasn't featured in the competition for for another team, he is eligible to play and will likely start on the bench.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's a good option for them. They need it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see if he can. They'll probably try to utilize him as a wild card or of some type if they need to bring in. But yes, he is available apparently. And
Yeah, and just in terms of their guys, just any wild cards, we know all those players very well, don't we? We know him. He's the only one tell, so I think we all know who their best players are, main threats. Like Melanti said, yeah, this couple of years ago, Son, but this season, Kulusevski, I think, is definitely their main threat.
okay. Yeah.
I would be interested to see if they probably won't, but who knows whether they throw Danso in as well from the start.
They have to. She's going there. Look, they'll get an injury in the warm up, and they'll have to.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll be interested in that. Probably not, but you never know. You never know.
Mm-hmm. Big up, Bernie. Big up, Bernie. See you. Thank you for the shout. Well, let's get into the score and goal score predictions then, real quick. Before we get into that pop quiz, I said we're going to have score and goal score predictions. I will allow for the panel to give theirs. Please do give yours in the chat. We still have to figure out a way to organizing and getting all these scores tabulated and calculated so that we can get maybe some type of fun little like review of who's been the Nostradamus amongst us. But let's begin with Lee. What is your score and score prediction for this game?
Let's see. I'll give it a 3-1. I'll give it a 3-1 for us. 3-2 aggregate. Scorers for us. Gakpo, Szoboszlai, and Salah.
Okay, so wait, you said, who'd you say again? You said
Gakpo, Szoboszlai, and Salah for us
Okay.
in a 3-1 victory.
Okay.
So 3-1 victory.
So it's still gonna be a pretty tight game then. Do you have it like, are we down early or
No, they score when we're like 2 or 3 that look like they managed to score, but it makes no never mind because we get 3.
Okay. How about for you, Brian?
I will say Liverpool win.
Okay.
I'm not going scores and all that shit in a game like this. It's going to be too crazy. But I will say, want to say it, so I may as well say, yeah, we'll win on penalties. It goes to pens.
Oh,
Okay.
boy.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, Max got the same mindset.
Oh, did he? Oh, well, actually,
Yeah.
I want to change my mind. So, yeah, no, I like, if there's an opportunity to predict penalties, I will. So Lee went with a 3-1 because I was leaning that way, and then fuck it, I'll just go with the penalties.
Okay. How about for you, Nalante?
Well, I don't want no pens because we always, for whatever reason, some semi-finals and finals, we always do it the hard way. So, yeah, big. I don't want any of that. I just want us to be ruthless. It'll be a nervous game. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna go 3-0.
Okay.
Scorers gravy. Your guy 12, the Uruguayan maestro, the Uruguayan man up top. Everyone loves to hate or hate to love. And the other one, I'm gonna go Connor Bradley.
That's a name out of left field. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw 2-1 win on pens from Max. And Bernie has it 3-1. 3-1. Similar to Lee's prediction. I don't know what I've never heard that one, but I'll put it down on the list there for you, Hylor, for restaurants. But yeah, goal scorers. Nunez will win us the match. He will score during game and score last penalty. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, my gosh. All right. 3-1, Philip. I know. The last thing. Oh, man. Wow. That'll be interesting. 3-1. Philip has it. And I was going to say, excuse me. I was going to say that we could see a 2-0 win in this game. And I saw it being the goal scorers being Cody Hackbo and game winner Chiesa. I have Chiesa being the game winner.
Oh, interesting. Federico.
I think we could see him, obviously, excuse me, come off the bench and be a very big part of. He likes to shoot, doesn't mind it, he's unique, I think, in that he's one of the few players that can get a shot off from pretty much anywhere on the pitch, and also can even create his own space and opportunities. Very similar to Lucho, and I would say he's even got an even better end product than Lucho. So he's a player that you could look for a goal from. So I got 2-0. But we'll see. Robert had it. I said Phillips had it 3-1. Robert had it 2-0. Mo and Dom. Cedric had it 3-1 with Dom, Diaz, and the last minute goal from the master of chaos himself. Okay, got you. Bernie has it Cody, Mo, and Chiesa. Okay.
Oh, fair enough. Another shout. Big up, Burns.
Let's see who else. Anyone else have any predictions in there? I think that's all of them that we have so far. If you still have them, or have some that you'd like to include. If you don't, you're still contemplating what it's going to be, or you haven't gotten the Mystic Meg shout just yet, then you can always put them in the comments and definitely tell us what you think your predictions are going to be for the game, or at any point of this the broadcast. You can bring it in in the chat. But yeah. It's just something of a interesting little. I'm hoping that it ends up being something that we don't. I'd like to see a clean sheet. Oh, the last question I did want to ask too. I'd like to see a clean sheet, but also, what do you think? Being that Ali got the start in this last game, in this last leg or the first leg. Obviously, I don't think that Slot would change it up and put in Kelleher now into this rotation. It's kind of interesting that Ali did get the start. I thought that Kelleher would probably get all of the starts for, like, they would make this competition Kelleher's competition. They'd make the FA Cup Kelleher's competition for him to handle, and then have Ali handle obviously Champions League and obviously the Prem. Are you disappointed in that, by the way? It's a question I wanted to ask. You can tell me in the chat too. This is an off the cuff question. It's not something that I had posed, but it was something I was thinking of because this is a situation where, like, even if we went to even if and hopefully if we do make it to the final, I still would like to see Kelleher in that final. Sounds weird, but I would still like to see Kelleher in that final because I just appreciate the fact of what Kelleher has meant to this tournament for us, and also the fact of, this could be the last year of Kelleher as well as a goalkeeper option. What are your thoughts? Lante?
No, same. He will be his last year. He's gone at the end of the season because Mama and Allison will be battling out. So yeah, he's gone. 100%. He's gone. But yeah, same. I think he could start tomorrow night and play the final. But it seems that Slot is not Klopp and Klopp is not Slot. So he has a different identity, Slot. So it'll be a shame, but manager's choice, really, to be fair. But yeah, I would like him to play the final.
Mm-hmm.
I know Alisson has not played the League Cup finals, but he's got next season, the season after, to get to League Cup final. So yeah, I would like her, but I don't think it will happen.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
Sorry, it just took me attention away for 1 second.
Okay. I'll let Brian answer it then, and then you kind of get the idea. Go ahead, Brian.
Am I disappointed? No. This is elite football. Tough decisions get made. I was surprised because it looked like he was doing the Klopp thing. Or Klopp was like, "Yeah, dude, you're the cup keeper."
Mm-hmm.
Even when Ali was fit, it wasn't when Ali was injured and stuff. So it seemed like he was doing that thing, and it's like going to continue on that, not tradition as well, but that just that way of doing it, that way of getting Kelleher games. But then Ali came back in and then he played in the cup and was like, okay, so maybe he's not doing it. Maybe he's one of those coaches. Not that they don't have League Cup in Holland. They don't have this competition. They don't have us. So I don't know. Like maybe he's the kind of coach that goes, yeah, that's cool. But when we're talking about semi-finals here and finals, I'm playing my number one guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's because this is stuff like this, the shit we don't really know about Slot yet. How does he make those calls? But it did look early in the season like he was going to do the continuation of Kells, you get the cup games. But no, doesn't look like that. So, I wouldn't be shocked again. Also, because Ali is just back and he's playing a lot of games, I wouldn't be shocked if he started tomorrow night. But yeah, it just seems like maybe but I've said that before. It just seems like Slot is doing this, and then he does something different in the next game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's unfortunate for him, but yeah, I suppose. Look, this is disappointments happen for clubs, or for players, and Kelleher will be disappointed, no doubt. But I think he's known that he's known his situation at the club for quite some time now. So. But yeah, like we said, we wouldn't have. I mean, very, very few goalkeepers can have a cup final like he did, where you save a penalty and then take a winning penalty, or then take a penalty and score that penalty in a cup final. And you win that cup final. He's had one of those. That's a real one-off kind of moment. So we do associate him with those League Cup games. So. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but we never know. Like, this is the thing. It's just we don't know Slot's mindset yet. Is he a guy just goes, no, these are semis and these are finals. I'm playing Allison. Even if it's an FA Cup semi-final against Wickham, I'm playing Allison. Because we just haven't seen it yet. Hopefully, we'll get to find out what he does in FA Cup semi-finals and finals this year as well.
Yeah. Well, as of for right now, he does have Kelleher playing, I believe, right? I think Kelleher played our last FA Cup game.
Oh, he'll definitely play Plymouth because we've got this on Thursday. Then you got Plymouth on Sunday. So Kelleher, if Kelleher, yeah, he has to play against Plymouth, surely. No way Ali's in that. Well, like you say, but yeah, definitely. So maybe that makes it more easy to give Ali the Tottenham game because Kells will be playing on Sunday.
Yeah, basically, Lee, this is what I was saying, and this is basically what I was just trying to bring out. Bernie brought it out really well in her comment here. She said, agree with you, 12. Kelleher has made this competition his own and has earned it too. Do you believe that's the case, Lee, or do you believe that you think Slot's going to obviously Slot's most likely, and I think it's pretty obvious that he's going to bring out because he let Ali be part of the first leg. I don't think he switches him up for the second leg, and especially since we do have 2 matches of the League Cup and the FA Cup. But it wouldn't be that bad of a situation if we gave Kelleher the opportunity. If not, to give Ali a little bit of a rest and get him prepared for that really, really important matchup that we have against Everton.
Yeah, I think he'll probably play Ali against Spurs, but then against Plymouth it'll be Kelleher, I would imagine. That's just the way he seems to work, isn't it? Like now that Ali's back, he does play him when he's wanting to play his best side. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just he will want to do tomorrow on Thursday night. So yeah, I think it'd be Alisson. I think he is regaining his form, isn't he? He looked good against Bournemouth, didn't he? He has a few good saves against Bournemouth.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to his best, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of obviously it's a learning experience for us all in that how Slot goes around. We all grew to know and expect certain players to play and start with Klopp. This is now the learning experience for us all on how, at least with these players, at least I know that he's going to eventually, get players that are more suited towards his system and the likes. But for now, he is playing with these players, and it's interesting because sometimes you've seen some substitutions that have been out of the ordinary from what we have come to expect, and maybe even an occasional start here and there for some players that we didn't necessarily expect. But we've gotten into a little bit of a trend when it comes to the starting lineups now that we see that he seemingly looks like he prefers when it comes to our lineups. I just thought it was interesting that Kelleher. I just personally thought it was interesting that he didn't play him in that first leg, and not saying that Kelleher would have made that save, but I'm just saying that Kelleher's kind of, when I think of these cup matches, these League Cup matches, and these FA Cup matches now, especially, or especially these League Cup matches more so even than the FA Cup matches, I think of Kelleher as being our goalkeeper, and I think it's a nice little combination of keeping your second goalkeeper involved, considering that normally, your goalkeeper is someone that you will play game after game after game when it comes to the league. And you're most certainly probably not going to play them in the Champions League. Now, even with the format the way it is, it'd be good to give the second goalkeeper an opportunity, but all the same. Well, before we get into our last segment, I wanted to get into a pop quiz with you guys. I wanted to get into a pop quiz, and that includes the chat. I'll ask, of course, the panel to put it to, I guess, private chat, or to turn off the comment section so you don't get any assistance, or it happened to, you might even not the assistance, but you might see an answer and then go.
Yeah, just move to private chat. I believe
Yeah.
if you're wondering how to do it, just click open private chat instead of comments. All your comments shall disappear.
Yep. So now it's time for a quick fire trivia round, or a pop quiz, as I like to say, a Reds pop quiz. I got 11 questions, I believe. I think I have 11 questions to see how well you know, obviously, about our Reds, about Spurs, and obviously about the Carabao Cup history. So you guys ready to do this?
No, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Nope.
All right. Then I'll give this one. I'll give you some an easy rounds to get you started off. All right, how about that? Liverpool are the defending Carabao Cup winners, obviously.
Correct. Do I get a point for that?
Yes, yes. There, you got a point. Got it down for you. But how many times have we ended up as the runner-ups in this competition? Do you know how many times we've ended up the runner-ups? I know it's
Is this for like all three of us together? Is it?
no. We can go. You guys want to play as a group, or you want to play as individuals? It's up to you.
Oh no, I didn't know what we was coming.
I only have 11 questions, so you can play as a group. Go ahead, you can play as a
I
group.
know the first side of the League Cup finals who was.
I see you, Sean. Silver medals, I get it. It's still an accomplishment. What's that?
Runners up.
So there's two I can think of.
We've won it 10 times. That's right, Bernie. We've won it 10 times.
So that's a nice hint for us.
Three offhand where we
No, I'm just answering to talk to the chat.
Yeah, I know. But if it means if we won a 10, then if we know how many we've been in, then we can figure it out from that. Does anybody know how many finals we've been in?
Oh, I didn't give that clue.
No, I'm asking the lads because if we know we've won 10, so if
I
anybody
think
can think of
the
how many
finals
we've
we've
been in.
lost. Shall I name the finals that we've lost that I can think of?
Go ahead. That's
First
the way to
one,
work it out.
the first one was to Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest in the late 70s. The second one was to Arsenal in 1987. I remember that one well, very, very well.
Yeah.
And the third one I remember was to Chelsea when we won the Champions League. I think we lost the league to Chelsea. I can remember losing it to bloody City as well under Klopp on pens.
Yeah.
That's one you were thinking of, Nolante. So that's 4. Did you have what? Are they the ones you were thinking of, Nolante?
Yeah, that's the only ones. Yeah, off the top of my head, yeah, those are the ones I can thinking of. So
We'll go with 4 then.
We'll go with there.
Go for
All right.
One under Kenny, one under Rafa, and one under Klopp.
Yeah.
So your final answer is 4.
I'm happy with 4 anyway.
Yeah, happy with that. Three's got good memory.
Max said 3. Bernie said 8. Let's see. Anyone else have any answers on that one? It's not. That's not. You don't count second place. I get that, but all the same. It's if you can count how many times I'm sure we count how many times you've been to the finals. So that's just a matter of doing the easy math and subtracting it by 10 to find that out. And it would be, you are correct, 4 times we've caught runner-ups in this event. And I hope it's not going to be a 5th. It's hopefully going to be an 11th time. No chat GPT or DeepSeek. No, none of that. All right. Second question.
We beat the chat. Yes.
Yes, you guys beat the chat on that one. So it's 1-0.
Who was saying they don't accept
now?
second
Now,
place?
Red Archer supporters changed his mind to 4. I got you.
Who was it that said they don't accept second place?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was Max.
Oh, Max. Oh, okay. Right.
My second question's already been answered in the chat, so I won't ask that one. That was how many titles we do have in this competition.
All right. We're very
But
go figure.
I'll ask this then. Who scored the winning penalty for Liverpool in the 2022 finals against Chelsea?
Is that Simicast?
No, Simicast was FA Cup.
He was the FA Cup, wasn't he?
Kelleher made the save to win the game.
Yeah, and then he scored the penalty. Was that the winning penalty? I always think it is that he saved it, and then, but I remember. Thinking
no, actually, hold on.
He didn't then score the pen past Kappa, didn't he?
But was that the winner?
No, it was Kelleher. Yes, because Kelleher made the save, and then we won the game.
Yeah, we were just talking about it. I remember he saved one and then went and scored one, but I remember kind of thinking I was wrong that one was the winner, but sure, no one would have taken one. He wouldn't have been taking one if there was an outfield player. So that must have been the last one.
Yeah, it was. It was the last one.
Yeah,
And
there you go. Yeah, there's your answer.
Arms up in the air, and they all come mobbed them in the goal.
Yep, that's our answer. Definitely Kelleher.
Okay. Yes, it was Kelleher. Ooh, that was when I'll give you extra credit if you know how many penalties were taken in that one. Do you remember the penalty?
21. 21.
Yeah.
In total, yeah. In total, sorry, not but yeah. They both went around. Kepa took one.
Yep. Kepa missed his, and Kelleher scored his. Yep. All right.
A try in rugby, he put it that high. Not a
yeah, he did. He looked like he was taking. It looked like he was. It was like a field goal.
Like sorry, not a try. That's where you run over the line, isn't it? That other thing they do in rugby, whatever it's called.
Kick
Yeah.
at the sticks.
Yeah, kick at the sticks. It's just where
it's not a field goal.
At the top of his boot.
I think they just call it.
It's a try in rugby, but I'm just saying, like,
no. He means kick. No, a try is when you carry it over. But when you kick it over between the sticks, it's called. I think it's called an extra point. Not an extra point. It's called. It doesn't have a name. It's not like it's not a field goal,
isn't it? You just call it a kick, don't they?
Yeah, just call it a kick.
Conversion.
That's the word.
Conversion. Yeah.
Conversion. That's the word.
Okay. I'll ask you this then. Tottenham's last League Cup victory, or win as the finalist, came in which year? Which year was Tottenham's last time they've won the League Cup?
Is it 2006?
2006.
No, it's not 06.
It's one day Ramos.
Not 06.
05, 04.
It was one day Ramos anyway. It was one day Ramos.
It's 10. It's 10. I know.
One day.
2008.
Ramos won it for them.
Yeah, it's Ramos. It's Ramos.
Real Madrid by the time we battered Real Madrid in 2009. Oh, 2008 it was.
2008. 2008.
Yeah.
Okay, is that the one you want to go with? 2008?
Yes.
Final answer? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Sean, they won the League Cup in 2008. Max definitely knew that one. I knew he would. Bernie knew it as well. Big up. I knew she would too, because she's very, very good at trivia, actually. Very good trivia.
Yeah, the way I remember it, one day Ramos was the manager, and then the following season he was Madrid's manager when we spanked them. When we won home and away, we won at the Bernabeu.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the 08-09. Yeah, the 2009.
Yeah, 8-9 season won at that. Yeah.
I'll give you a follow up since the title, the 10 titles for us was taken away. When was the last time Spurs made it to the League Cup final?
This was recent, and this was under Jose.
Was it? Oh, Jose.
No, Jose. No, that's the game he got sacked before the final.
So that was.
So City. It was against City, wasn't it? Yeah, City won it. All right. So
it's not that long ago at all, man. It's not
2022, 2021. Oh God, is it 2021 or 2020? No. God. Oh, damn. It's between 3 years, 2019 to 2020. Was it 2020?
Because that was the year you had Marino, Nuno, fucking Mason.
Gonna need an answer. Because the chat's already gotten theirs.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah, we'll go with that, bro. I'm confident with that. 2021. Go with that, bro. One of the two.
You guys would be correct. And so with the chat, yes, Trudon and Bernie got it right. I'm surprised that Max got that one wrong. Yeah, 2019, 2020. That was in front of the was. Let me make sure. Yes, it was in front of the smallest crowd ever to watch a League Cup final, actually.
Oh yeah, because he still had COVID restrictions.
Because the pandemic.
Oh.
And yeah, still restrictions. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed to say the C word, actually. But yeah, 7,773 people got in to watch that game. Pretty wild. All right, so I will ask this of you. I have actually a really cool question that I can ask you too as well. But I'll ask you this next question. Let's see. Who was the manager when Spurs last won the competition?
Juan Ramos.
Yeah.
There you go.
They said it enough times before the previous answer.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'll ask you this. The League Cup used to be the final used to be 2 legs. When did that process stop? When was the last year they did a two-legged final?
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, the last one I remember, or not the last one, I remember watching when we beat Birmingham in Cardiff, and that was 2001. That was a one-off. So it's pre-2001 anyway.
It's way past that. It's in the
Yeah, well, we beat
80s, 70s.
Arsenal.
A two-legged final.
Yeah.
Used to have a two-legged final, so they didn't play it at Wembley then. No, it was like home and
It's
away.
probably the 70s because I remember when you remember Lee when we won it in the 80s, it was a one-legged final. Unless it's a draw, it's a replay, but that doesn't count as a second leg. It's just a replay. Yeah.
No, I'd say the 60s. It started in the 60s, the League Cup.
Jeez, that far back. Jeez.
Yeah, 61 or 67, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Just because of
the League Cup final on TV.
yeah.
That's good. So I don't, I remember the more recent, like they literally, like we got FA Cup over here. Never showed the League Cup over here really until Premier League came along. So
Yeah, it's got to be the
talking about 88. It's okay, 78.
Hold on,
Take
actually,
this
Brian.
I think it was a one-legged final when we lost to
It's the one. Okay, I'll give you this hint. It's a one. It's a replay that they would play. It's a replay they would play. Just so you know.
Well, hold on.
When was the last time there was a replay in the final?
There was an actual replay.
Oh yeah,
So you
with them. The first one I went to was League Cup final. It was 0-0, and then we beat Everton at bloody Main Road, City's old ground in '84.
So yeah, I'm just saying. I called it a second leg. I mean, like
you mean when is the last
replay?
time we went to a replay?
Yes, that's
okay.
Like,
so when is the last time
you could force a second leg in essence? That's what I mean.
Oh, right, you mean that's what you mean? Replay
before it went to penalties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I remember.
In '84.
No, there's one after that. There's one in the Premier League. No, hold on, wait a minute. No, it wasn't, it? Because they won, isn't it? Arsenal won in '93. That was the FA Cup. That was the replay.
Yeah, I say '84 was the last replay at Main Road, Everton, Liverpool, and I went to the Wembley one as a little kid. It was 0-0. It was a shit game.
1991.
Okay. So now we've gotten through all this. What is your answer?
I don't know. Well, we've got to think of the different.
Well, there is technically there were years when there was two legs.
Oh yeah, no, definitely we know that. But this,
that's like 70s.
But you might be thinking. I hear you keep saying these earlier. These like not so.
No, we know what it is now.
So if you want to consider that, I was thinking you can consider that a second leg if you want to. So that's what I was saying. That way. That's why I was trying to give you the benefit of that.
That's the last replay. I remember Liverpool was.
I'm sure
84 one at Main Road.
I'm sure there was one.
One as well against West Ham. We had a replay against West Ham in 81, I believe, as well.
Go with 81.
Everton.
I think it was in the 1990. I think there must be 1990, 91. I'm thinking one of those years, 1990, 91. I remember reading it a long time when I was into my football statistics.
that.
But
Oh,
Go
you
with
say
1990.
all clubs, when was the last time any club has a replay? Any, what is that? Or are you just saying Liverpool?
Liverpool did play in one of those kinds of replay games.
yeah,
They did.
I don't mind. It's up to you guys what you want to go with. I feel it's 1990, 91, but I don't mind. It's got to be one of the two. What Lee says. So there's what it's in between those years.
I got some answers from the chat here, so I'm ready for when you are.
I'm letting the boys pick because they're.
If it's for Liverpool, I'd say 1984. It was 83-84 season when we did the treble, the first treble, the legendary treble. And we needed a second go at Everton. It was a very good Everton team that was about to win 2 of the next 3 Premier Leagues, or Division 1 as it was called then. That was some treble, that, like. Roma on their own pitch, beat Roma on their own pitch to get the big one. I think Man United finished second, but were way behind us that year in the league. And we beat Everton, the good Everton, though, in the final.
The basic concept of the question that I'm just posing, because there was 2 legs at one point. There was 2 legs to this competition.
Yeah, that was before my time. I can't remember the 2.
But because you guys were saying it the way you were saying it, I'll expand it to be the replay.
No.
That's
hold on. There was a replay in the 90s. There was a replay in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I know it. Oh, what was the game?
What game? So what was the last time a final had to have 2 games take place to pick the winner? That's the basic question.
Oh, there was one in the 90s, wasn't it? I'm just trying to find the year.
There was. When Arsenal done the double of FA Cup.
I know. So I see some of the people in the chat are kind of confused as to what we're trying to get.
Got into the Cup Winners' Cup off the back of it and won the cup.
Yeah, because you didn't explain. You said second leg. That's why.
Well, second legs. I mean, in 1960, originally when it started, there were 2 legs because Villa won the first game 2-0, and then they beat. Then they won the next. Then they won. And then they won the next game 3-0.
Who did they beat?
Can we get a year, lads? Can we get a year? Look, I'm going to overrule.
They beat Rotterdam United.
Rotherham, yeah. I'm going to overrule 91-92 and move it on. 91-92. That's moving on.
And then 1962, Norwich City played Rochdale.
Okay.
Won 3-0.
Oh, 96. I know Leicester. I think it's a Leicester game. It's a Leicester.
Okay, Donati, do you have a shout? Come on, let's just
all
go
right,
with that.
1996.
1996.
I'll go 1996.
1996.
1996.
Yeah.
I thought you said 66. That would have been good. Bernie, your original shout for 1966 is the last time this competition was a 2-legged affair. That's when West Brom beat West Ham 5-3 on aggregate. But the last time we had a replay was
it's in the 90s. I remember there's
1997.
Okay.
Leicester. I figured. I thought Ant was going to be in the chat, so that's why I answered the question. It was Leicester
He was
City.
in the stands as a baby.
Yeah, he probably was.
There
He
as 2 years old doing vlogs. He was doing vlogs as a 2-year-old.
Leicester City versus Middlesbrough.
That's the one. Yes, that's the one. That
was the last time you had a replay on this.
Middlesbrough. Yes, that's the one. I knew there was one in the 90s. It just.
What year was it?
1997.
There was a replay in.
I was close.
Yeah. Yep.
We've just gone through it, but yeah, we can wrap it up. It was Middlesbrough versus Leicester.
Okay.
So that was the one. 1997.
All right. And let's see. My next question would be: Liverpool beat Spurs in the in the 2019 Champions League final, who scored the goals for us in that game? That's the easy
Go on,
one.
guy. Go on, guys. Answer it.
Sorry, Lee. Do you want to? I don't know. Sorry.
You had to check. Well, it was Mo, wasn't it? Origi.
Is that your answer? Mo and Origi? Divock?
I didn't hear the question.
Okay. We beat them in the 2019 Champions League final. Who scored the goals for us?
Yeah,
Champions
they
League.
answered it.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
He answered it. Yeah, yeah.
2019.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Champions League
Okay.
final. Yep. That was correct. All right. I'll give you this one. How about this? Our Reds topped the list of all-time scorers in this competition with Ian Rush and Robbie Fowler in first and second in that order.
Who's third?
But which player is next in that list? Who is in third place in that list? And I'll give you
Steven
extra
Gerrard.
credit if you can tell me who's in fourth.
I think Gerrard is in third.
Is that your answer?
Well, I think Gerrard is in third, but we're all playing as a team. But I think Gerrard is in third. Yeah.
Okay.
He's got 15.
I'm telling the
something
chat.
like
The question was Ian Rush and Robbie Fowler are number 1 and number 2 on the list of all-time scorers in the Carabao Cup. Which player is third on that list? And I'll give you extra credit if you can tell me who's fourth on that list. Give you a bonus point.
Yeah, I don't know if the lads are. I'm pretty sure it's Gerrard. I don't know what do you think in third.
Yeah, go. Yeah, I'm happy with you to go, Gerard, bro.
Pretty sure he's on 15. Fourth place. Hopefully this isn't the epic.
Third, no clue.
Fourth.
I know that's weird that you think you know who fourth is, but you don't know who third is.
Who, me?
That's wild, KJ.
No, not you, Brian. No, in the chat. Okay, we'll go with that. I'm not. Oh, fourth. Yeah, I'm happy to go.
All right, so third is Stevie, and then fourth you're saying is who? If you want to guess, you don't have to. This is extra credit.
Would it be an Owen? It could be. Would it be Sturridge? Maybe. No, he wasn't long enough. No.
I wouldn't say a possibility for fourth, isn't he?
Yeah, Owen was my gut, but I just have a feeling it's someone else. But yeah, I'll go Gerrard Owen.
All right. Yeah, I'm happy with that, Brian.
So all streaks sometimes have to come to an end. This one apparently has for our panel. That would be incorrect on both counts. I don't think anyone got any answers. Bernie got one of the answers, but she got it maybe. I'm not sure which order she has it, but I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She got one of them. So in third place, I'm surprised Max didn't know this, but in third place is Jermaine Defoe for the Spurs. And in fourth place is King Kenny.
Huh?
I thought we were just doing
Liverpool.
Yeah, I thought it was just.
Oh, I know. I just said that our Reds are sit at the top of the list. I didn't say that the next one was a red.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I never said the next one was a red. I said
okay. No,
player is the next.
Sorry, I just assumed. Oh no,
I was just giving that our Reds sit atop the two spots, and actually we sit in the top four. We have three of the people. One of them was.
All right, I misheard that. Then I misheard that.
All right, yeah, I was just on autopilot thinking we're doing Liverpool players.
Yeah, same.
I should have asked. I mean,
the last before that, the last three questions were like Spurs related. All right. Anyway. All right. We already answered that one. We already know the answer to that one. I'll give you this then. This is a group one. You can turn on the chat if you want. This one's a group one, and this is the last question I have. 18 players have played for both Liverpool and Tottenham in the Premier League. Can you name all 18?
Okay, so Crouch.
Robbie
Just
Keane.
give me name them. Just give me a second to mark them as names.
Okay, cool.
Ah,
I don't have
So-
the chat turned on anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, what-
Christian Ziga. Robbie Keane.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. Get that
Yeah,
one.
wait for 12 to get
Okay.
the names done.
Go ahead. Who else did you just say? Christian Zieg, I got.
Robbie
Okay,
Keane.
Got Keane, yes.
Crouch.
Crouch, got him.
You
I'll let
just
the
said
chat
Redknapp.
play along with you too, by the way.
Okay,
You just
Leonardson.
said Redknapp.
But go ahead. Okay.
Leonardson.
Yeah. Leonardson, did you get him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay. Why did I? Sorry, I'm getting stuck. I'm getting stuck on a
Mhm.
particular player. I'm trying
If
to
you want, I
remember.
can.
You guys keep naming players because I'm trying to think of a particular guy. I'm just trying to make sure my head
Yeah.
gets.
Jamie
I'm letting the chat play along with you.
Oh,
So I'll if
John-
the chat gives one, I'll say.
no, we already said that, Lee. His name's
Brad Friedel is in one.
Oh, that's true.
John
That's
Scales.
Murphy
another
is
one.
Danny Murphy is another.
That's true.
John Scales. Did you hear John Scales?
John
Yeah.
Scales is on there
That's
too.
another one.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Redknapp is on there.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to think of randomers.
That goalie, Brad Jones, was it? The goalie.
Oh, that's a good one from Bernie Barmby, Nicky Barmby. That's
I was
Bernie's
going to
one.
say that
That's
Barmby
right.
definitely played for Spurs, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There we go. Yeah, that's the one I was just thinking over in my head. I was just trying to make sure myself he did play for Spurs. Yeah.
I don't think that one's
Other
on
guy,
my
winger.
list. Let me see if that one's on my list. No, he's not on my list, I don't think.
Who, Barmby, no?
No. The last one she said.
Oh, the last one. Okay, cool.
I don't think that one's on our list. Konchesky. Yes, he is on the list.
Oh,
Well,
Ruddock.
yes,
I
he's
was
on the
just
list.
thinking on Ruddock. Did Ruddock play for Spurs? Yeah, well done. I couldn't fucking think.
He is on the list, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. He is on the list then. Razor Ruddock, if you're saying it like that, yeah. I have him down as Neil Ruddock, but go ahead.
Yeah, Neil Ruddock. Yeah, he wasn't christened Razor. Yeah.
This is one. Paul Stewart.
Yeah, Paul Stewart. Yeah, great show. 1992. He's in the
Mhm.
Premier League. Yeah. Oh man, who's that freaking fucking striker? Not Robbie Keane.
Oh, you think of another striker, bro.
And who else?
How many of you left? How many's gone? You said there's 18, was it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 names that you have not named.
Four.
Guess there's 19 because I didn't have Paul Stewart on there for some reason. I will add him.
I'm trying to think more players who left us and ended up at them as opposed to players we bought from them, because I can't think of any more players we bought from them.
Yeah, there's been teams that have played for both.
People that have played for us and then
John
kind of maybe
Scales,
ended
yes, he's in. I know you
Yeah,
guys
you
are
got-
struggling, but you know it's funny. I'm not going to give you any clues.
It's easy when you have the list in front of you. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah, but okay. With that comment, I'm gonna make you feel silly when I tell you who you're missing out. It's not. Is this one? This one was one of my first to put in there.
Oh, that's a good shout. No, he didn't. No, did he play for them? No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Ronnie Rosenthal played for us and them,
Yep.
but I'm not sure if Ronnie Rosenthal played in the Premier League either for us. Because
Oh,
Premier League didn't
No,
start.
Yeah, he did.
he played.
did.
Yeah, he
He
played.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing with the chat. So yeah,
I think
No,
maybe the reason
but-
why I didn't have Paul Stewart did he not? Maybe he didn't play for them in the Premier League era. Maybe that's why.
Well, he might not have played for Spurs in the Premier League era. No, we
I don't
bought
think he
him
played
from
for-
Spurs.
Yeah, I don't think he played for
in the
Spurs in the
92,
Premier League era.
93. He played for us in the Premier League. He didn't play for them in the Premier League. We bought
Right.
him in
That's
the
why I
first,
don't have him.
second.
It has to be they played for us in both. Like yes, in the Premier League. That's why I don't have Paul Stewart on here. So I was just looking up his bio, and I don't think it was.
Johnny Murphy.
I think the last year he was with them. He was with Spurs in '91. Was I think the last year he played with the Spurs.
Well, we can double check. We did. You know, we have Danny Murphy, yeah.
Yeah, we've got that Seagull.
Yeah.
We've got that Bernie. We've got Seagull.
Got Seagull.
Christian.
Okay, KJ's made an interesting thing. I think he might be right. Senden from KJ. Senden.
Does Endon play for Spurs?
Maybe no, maybe not. Maybe he didn't.
Chelsea. He played for Middlesbrough.
He probably didn't. No, he probably
played for
didn't.
Sunderland.
Nah, yeah, you're right. I'm just clutching there. That's KJ. Has an answer from KJ. There's someone. Oh God, I'm just thinking of all the seasons we've had.
Oh, Dominic Solanke.
He didn't play for Spurs, did he?
Yeah, he plays for Spurs now.
Dominic Solanke. He plays
Oh
for
yeah,
Spurs. Right
no.
now.
Oh yeah, true, isn't it?
There you go.
Yeah, of course. Oh
Dominic
There you
God,
go.
damn. Jeez, I'm forgetting. Yeah.
So put up Marco Solanke.
Oh yeah. That's the obvious one you were saying. Oh yeah.
You have one more. No, you have one more player left, and then there's 3 players, but the other 3 are actually female players. That's why I have them on my list.
Female.
But I have one male. Well, you have one male player left.
So we've only got one left. Okay. Sorry, no disrespect. We've only got one of them.
I didn't see you say that, Bernie. If you had said it.
Who'd she say?
That's a good one.
Solanke. I didn't hear.
That's a good one from Bernie in the chat. Corker.
Yep.
Yeah, Stephen Corker. There you go. Yeah, I don't have the chat on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right, bro. I'm just.
No,
we're doing
cool.
it.
Okay.
We're doing it with the chat.
Yeah, but that's why I would have been.
Yeah, that's all right, bro. We'll do.
Solanke was the obvious one. Yeah, we got them all. So.
Yep, that's all of them.
Fair play, well played, Bernie.
I don't think that Paul Stewart was not in he was not.
So he's probably just signed. Yeah, he's probably at Tottenham just before. That's why.
Yeah. We signed him in 92, 93.
Yeah. I actually thought, because I just remember him. But yeah,
I was watching a documentary about him about a week ago, like a mini documentary.
Oh.
And that guy was going through some shit in the season we bought him. Let's just put it that way. He was dealing with some stuff, and he was dealing with it in the old-fashioned party way.
Mm-hmm.
He was.
I see.
Yeah.
I know sometimes I had the 2. I had the theme because I know that sometimes some people in our chat. I think it's a Red for Life, maybe sometimes, or they put in, or Redbird puts in like the scores from our Lady Reds. So I thought maybe I'd put them 2 in there, but yeah.
I wouldn't have enough knowledge, to be honest with you. I wouldn't.
I have no clue.
That's right. Amy Turner is correct. That is right. Amy Turner, Eleanor Heaps. Rachel Furness, and Beth.
Right, forget that. None of us are getting that unless Bernie.
Bernie got one of them. That was good. That was
Yeah,
a good
Bernie. Yeah, it's the other three. Get that.
shout. Good shout.
Just,
All right. Well, that's the end of the pop quiz round. That's all the questions that I had. No, yeah, right. No, Bernie's just a football fan. She knows a lot of football stats, a lot of football, footy trivia, for sure. But that is all I have for the pop trivia. I do have some final questions before we bounce up and out of here. In this last little final thoughts, and obviously Red's opinions would be appreciated. So before I wrap up, I'd like to say, who needs to step up the most in this game for us coming up? Who do you think needs to step up the most in this game? Who do we need to step up the most in this game? I'll ask that to the panel. You can each give a name that you think. Alante, you have a name?
I don't have a specific name. I just think they all need to step up. That's it, really. I don't have a specific name.
Okay. Darwin Nunez and Cameron Diaz. Okay. Diaz. I don't know why he said Cameron Diaz. I mean Luis Diaz, I think he means. Oh, I got you. Okay. All right, Sean, I got you. I was like, Cameron Diaz. Is that like his cousin? Okay. Okay. Brian, you have one?
Yeah, we all know what Sean's been Googling. I mean, if it's autocorrect in the first name.
He's got his GPT on.
Yeah. Who needs to step up? Who needs to step up? Do you know what? Whoever gets picked, those are the boys. Without wanting to be kind of facetious about it, whoever gets picked needs to step up and do it, because we're 1-0 down. We're going into this game very confident. We're going to do this. We're going to do this, but we're 1-0 down. We actually have to go out on the pitch and do it. Somebody has to go out there and stick the ball in the back of the net. So whoever gets chosen to go out and do it, yeah, those are the boys that have to step up and do it. It's going to be hopefully, again, we say this, hopefully it's going to be a good atmosphere. Thursday night, under the lights, So yeah, everybody gets picked. Don't freeze. Go out and do your job, and make it an easy night. Don't give it. Don't make my prediction come true. Penalties and a nervy night for everybody.
Okay.
Go out there and get it done early. So yeah, whoever gets picked, I suppose.
Okay.
And the crowd. There you go. There's
There
one.
you
Yeah,
go.
the crowd needs to step
There you
up.
go.
The crowd needs to step up.
Yeah, definitely.
Put the heart on a little bit.
Definitely. I want to see the pigeon cry. How about for you, Lee?
Can pigeons cry?
Probably. If you put an onion close to their face.
Don't get Peter on the phone. You'll have Peter on the phone next, yeah. No pigeons were harmed in the making of this episode.
Pigeons do not cry. But go ahead. I got you.
They moan.
Well, they flap around the place and they make a mess. Who's the pigeon? Who's the pigeon? Really, Max? Max, you don't know who the pigeon is?
Max don't know.
Come on, Max.
Jeez. We got Birdman here, apparently.
Worst answer all the time.
They were talking about Wheezy.
There you go.
The worst celebration of all time. Max, okay.
Okay. That's surprising. Lee, do you have someone that do you think is who who needs to really step it up?
Well, in the nicest
Say something?
possible
Did you say
way.
something? Yeah,
Yeah,
go
in
ahead.
the nicest possible way. I'm not saying he has to because he hasn't been playing well, but I'd like Dom to step up and seize the mantle and all that jazz, you know, all them type of things. Seize the mantle, grasp the nettle, do the business, play well, score a goal, create a goal. That's who I'm looking to. I'm looking for Dom to be our main man in the match. I want him to be irrepressible type thing. They'll try and stop him, but they can't. She just keeps making them late runs and getting into the box. And this gets us to Wembley.
Okay. I thought maybe some of you would say a different name. That's all. I know that maybe I thought maybe you would say Connor Bradley, maybe because he's going to be, you know, obviously filling in for Trent. I thought some in the chat might say, some might say maybe Robbo, considering he's had a, you know, for some out there has had a lackluster year. So, you know, it's an opportunity for him to maybe step up and have a big performance in a big profile game. Maybe there's others that could have been mentioned. That's what I was getting at too.
JK always talks about that, doesn't he? 12 about I think it's different for every player, but I think maybe Bradley knowing that he's going to be playing this game.
Yeah.
You know, that's sort of like sitting there kind of not like wondering on it, but he knows he's going to play this game, so he can get his mind set completely.
Mm-hmm.
He's not getting thrown in at the last minute because, you know, Trent gets a knock in training or in the warm up. You know, no, he knows he's going to play. You know, he's probably going to play anyway. Well, he can think that, make himself feel better. But yeah, he can get his mind completely set for this game. He'll be concentrated. He'll know what he has to do. He knows he'll be up against probably Sonny, you know, but he'll be relishing that. He enjoyed playing up against Mbappe. He let him know who was the sheriff that night. So I think he'll be really mentally prepared for this game. So I think we will get I'm expecting a good game from him because I think he's someone that doesn't really get overawed by stuff. So yeah, I think he will be one of our better performers.
Yeah. I didn't like Richarlison for a long time. Lee, I see. You don't have to use the name or word you said, but I get that.
Yeah, I like him as a player. He's got a good skill set, but I think it sort of spoils his game a bit. The way he gets dead emotional too often, gets too involved in it. Richarlison, if he could, you know, rein that in a little bit, he'd be a better player, in my opinion. Richarlison. I mean that. I think he's a good player. Like when he's on song and all that.
He's an he's an okay player. He's just an average player, and it's when he was playing for Brazil in the World Cup that just shows how bad Brazil are. That's how desperate Brazil are.
Yeah, I suppose you could look at it that way.
I thought anyway. No, he's gonna have a big. There's gonna be.
Really, for me, is when he was at Watford. I was looking at him thinking maybe for us, you know, that Everton bought him and that was it. Like, but I did look at him in that way, like when Watford first started, when Silva first brought him here.
No, Richarlison's had certainly some really bad run-ins with us. I think that it was the final straw was when he actively tried to end and dismantle it. It looked like end Thiago's career by the tackle that he brought on him. That was a disgusting tackle. That was like an absolute disgusting challenge. You got the red card was like
more than a red card. He should have got a different color, an even deeper color than red.
Yeah, I think he got 3. He must have gotten it because it was a straight red.
So, $1 million.
It was a straight red, so he must have gotten a 3-game ban for that. But he deserved possibly.
Derby's was memorable, let's say, but for all the wrong reasons, obviously. Like, but you still remember it. His attitude, crying to the ref all the time, kicking players, arcing with our players as often as he could. Like,
oh yeah, he does not care. I know Ali and him are friends, but I know that he does not care pretty much. And once he steps on the pitch, and I expect that from anyone, for any player. But
I always thought that about
yeah.
Neymar as well. He'd be a better player if there were less of the histrionics and wild gesticulating and, you know, all the diving. Like, he'd be a better player without that because he's such a good player. I felt it spoiled it. Not spoiled him, but to a certain extent, it spoiled Neymar. He could have been an even better player, I think, without all the drama that he adds to games, like with his rolling round and that. At times, it's unwatchable for me, Neymar, when he's giving it all that one, like rolling round in agony when he's hardly been touched. But there are players like that, you know, who I feel could be better players if they just concentrated on the game more. And a lot of them tend to be Brazilian.
Tend to be. Yeah, he's a little bit of a. I do remember that. I do remember that game really well, Bernie. And I also know he did, you know, take off his shirt and do his pigeon dance. And yeah, I was happy to see Thiago say, you know,
hold
his beer. He'll be right back. And basically,
yeah. PlayStation settings.
Yeah. I think Ali was a part of that too, in the sense, because he was the one that got the outlet passed to him, I believe.
I think so, yeah. But haven't you found it weird? The last 2 home games against Tottenham, we've been comfortable and we just let them back in the game.
Yeah.
In the last 2-3 home games, yeah, it's just weird. We dominate and because it's Tottenham, we can't be bothered. And it's like, oh yeah, you know. But hopefully we don't have that on Thursday 12th. Hopefully that would just be a nice routine win.
Easy win.
Yeah.
Nice,
the Anfield factor, semi-final, crowd be up for it. You know, once Anfield's on fire, no one can stop us.
Yeah, I agree. Strong saying we've been too complacent at times. I agree with that too.
Agreed, Sean. Yeah, 100%.
Well, oh goodness, I don't even want to think about that one, Bernie. That one, yeah, that was hard.
Then you're trying to put it down to the show.
Yeah. I know that one was.
Sorry, buddy. Look, Virgil's fine now.
That was that he couldn't. That I don't even give him the proper recognition of his name being mentioned. But the referee that was in for VAR didn't even know that you could give dangerous play, dangerous play fouls or something like that. And it was like a red card for dangerous. I'm like, jeez, man.
Yeah.
That's the level that you're dealing with. That's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic. But all the same. My final question to the panel. Do we make it? Do we book a ticket for Wembley on Thursday? Do we book a ticket for Wembley? Or do you think it's going to be hold that reservation?
No.
You think we will make it?
No. We ain't making it.
We're not making it.
I want to talk about it.
Okay, I was gonna say.
You're gonna kick me off this channel now. You're like, all right.
No.
That's what
I heard KJ said it too. And also Drifty said it as well. Shout out to Drifty. They're both thinking that in their minds, they think that it could end up, they're fearful, at least that's the words he used. I think that there could be an NLD final. And I think that's wild.
Well, you know what? I understand the perspective.
I don't think that anyone. I don't think it's going to be. I think if anything, it's going to be a what do you say? A NWD final, maybe.
Northwest, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Newcastle further up to the south. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're north. You could call it a
more further.
Yeah, they're
northern Derby then.
Yeah, they're on the east coast. We're on the left. We're on the west. Yeah, you call it north, or you could call it the Keegan Derby. Call it the Kevin Keegan Derby. There you go.
That's true. Yeah, that's true, bro. And I'll love it. I'll absolutely love it if we beat it. But you know what? To be fair, I understand what they're saying because
Yeah,
look,
don't
let's
bring
be
up that video. It got my channel blocked, or it got blocked on my channel. Don't bring that up.
it is, Brian. Yeah, please
My
subscribe
video
to the
blocked.
Irishman.
Brian got put on the naughty step, didn't you, for using that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keggy Keegan getting me in trouble after all
But
these
look,
years.
But look. No, to be honest, I understand where they're coming from because this is Liverpool, and we, for some reason, the semi-finals or finals, even with the favourites, we don't do it the easy way, which gets on my nerves. I want us to get a final win clear, like more than one goal or something, or no extra time. But for instance, it's like the Man United game at home. We all thought we were going to beat them comfortably, and look what happened. We made it hard work, and we nearly lost it. So I understand their fearfulness. I understand that. It's as much as it's one game, it's 90 minutes, 11 paper with the strong, but it doesn't always work like that. So I understand that, but I'm expecting we win this cleanly and clearly. I'm expecting this, but wouldn't it, as Brian, and Max predicted, pennies wouldn't be the Liverpool way in the semi-final to make it difficult, make it just drama filled. So yeah.
All right. I just, I don't want to. I think it. I understand Newcastle's been kind of wavering a little bit here and there, but I definitely know that in their mindset they have nothing but getting to that final, probably targeted on that. They'll play their strongest lineup against Arsenal. They'll go out, and Arsenal has to. They're down 3-1 in that, right?
2-0.
No, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you.
2-0. 2-0.
Newcastle are going to be absolutely breaking themselves. That crowd. It's been so long since they've won a trophy. If Arsenal it's just like our game. If Arsenal score the first in that Newcastle game, that's game on.
Yeah.
Real nervous. They are so desperate to win something. Anything. It's been like 7 million years since they won a trophy.
Right.
So they think this is in the bag. The pressure is on them. Everyone's, Newcastle are going to win this. 2-0 up, job done. Well, if Arsenal did what they did against Man City, they scored after 20 seconds or 2 minutes or something stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
Watch St. James's Park get real nervy real quick if Arsenal get the first goal in that. It's just that's one that Newcastle squad, they're so desperate. That crowd is so desperate just to win a trophy, any trophy. So I'm a very nervy night there. If they get the first goal, 3-0, game over, right? But if Arsenal score first, squeaky.
Well, we shall see what happens to them. We'll see what happens for us. Are both those games on at the same time, right? Or no?
Nope. Remember, Newcastle with Arsenal tomorrow. We're Thursday.
Oh, okay, different. Oh, so there is a game tomorrow night. Okay, there is a game tomorrow night. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I would rather play Newcastle in the final because I've not seen
tomorrow.
Time.
Yeah. 1 o'clock tomorrow, or 8 o'clock tomorrow, I should say. Well, we'll see. We should do maybe like tomorrow have like a just a potential opponent watch game or something like that. Maybe do
agreed.
That game will be on during our broadcast tomorrow. Join us tomorrow for a little bit of obviously Liverpool talk and also a little bit of United versus Arsenal watch along type situation. Be kind of cool. We are Thursday. Yes, we are. And is there anything else that you guys wanted to bring up before we allow for the people to enjoy the rest of their evening, morning, afternoon? Anything you guys want to bring up?
Something else. Nolante, did you have something you wanted to bring up?
I'm just gonna put it in a private chat. Give me a second.
Yeah. I see, Max. We'll have to figure out a way to get in touch if we can make you get you a part of the panel for tomorrow. Or if anything, maybe like you can follow me on Twitter or X, whichever you call it, and we can connect that way too. If you put in, chances are, if you put in Liverpool 12th man, or you put the Reds 12th man, I'll pop up first on the list. Just so you know. But other than that, I think that's about all I had for today. So, of course, we want to hear from you, my Reds. Drop your predictions in the comments. Give if you want to just say hello or give whatever contribution you want to give to the channel and to our broadcast. Definitely leave it in the comments for us. It helps immensely in our algorithm. It helps us promote the channel as well. Shows people that we are appreciated, and definitely shows people that we're worth interacting with. Tell us what you think, though. Tell us who you think should start. If you want to tell us who the key man is going to be for Liverpool tomorrow, or what your score prediction is, whatever it is, you can leave that in the comments. Please do leave a like if you'd be so kind as well. And for that, that's about all we have for our episode. We'll be back on Thursday for roll call and do a post-match as well for that. But tomorrow, like I said, we'll be live before the Newcastle Arsenal game, and then we'll even do a ride along for that game as well, I guess. So yeah, we will look for you to be a part of it. I don't know, Brian, are you doing a stream after this?
Bernie's just asked. I don't know. I'm not sure. I think I've got a couple of hours left on StreamYard before I have to update it. So
okay,
I'll have a look.
Okay, we'll keep that notification bell open for not only our channel here, but also for Brian's channel as well. Definitely put it on the alert so that if he does go live, you do know. Sometimes they have, just because you're subscribed to the channel, sometimes YouTube does not alert you that the channel's live. So, if you do put that notification bell, chances are you will be alerted. So definitely do that. But let's just enjoy this moment together to say, hope that you are well, take care of yourselves, and continue to take care of your loved ones in your life. It's very important that you do so. It's very important that you do so. I could just put it that way. We all have special moments that we'd like to share with our friends and family, and you are a part of that for us out there. Every last one of you Reds, and in my mind, in my heart, and my soul, I believe that. So I hope that you continue to support us, you continue to support each other, and as always, up the Reds, people, up the Reds. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel, same bat time, same bat channel, as they like to say. And we will definitely be out on the look for you to join us. So we'll see you soon, and take care of yourselves.